What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Kolgarr Minecraft. In this one, I want to do something a little bit different. A little bit of a backstory before I get into it. I started playing Minecraft about a year ago. And 6 months in, a buddy of mine introduced me to a mod pack called Valhelsia 3. Now, I had never experienced mod packs before. I didn't even really know what they were. But when I logged into the server for the first time, it absolutely changed my perspective on Minecraft. Now, I obviously already liked Minecraft, but all of the changes that this mod pack brought just made the game so much better in my eyes. And I wanted to start doing some mod pack reviews on not only Valhelsia, which is what I'm going to be showing you today, but also other mod packs that I may not have played before that might be interesting. So it's kind of an experiment for me to try out these mod packs and see if I want to play them, but it's also trying to be a little bit of an informational session for you guys. If you guys are curious about trying out mod packs, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a gameplay / live review of these mod packs as I play them. Before we get into the video, I would really appreciate if you guys could hit that subscribe button. Free, it helps out the channel, and you can always unsubscribe later if you don't like the content. Let's get into it. All right, so right as we jump in, we see one of my favorite things about Valhelsia 3. They have a mod pack called Biomes of Plenty, and it just adds so many different biomes other than your traditional, however many are in vanilla Minecraft, with a bunch of different trees and building materials that allow you to be a lot more creative when you're coming up with buildings. And inside each one of these biomes, hopefully I can show you one real quick, there's some individual animals and things like that from a different mod pack that's added. Here's a seagull, for instance. Yeah, I just think that that's so cool. It makes the world so much more immersive when there's just more diversity. It makes exploring just so much more fun. I mean, the world looks better. There's just so many reasons why I think even just having these two mod packs, or these two mods on your game would just make the game better. I really wish they would do it more in regular Minecraft, honestly. Another thing that I personally really like about this mod pack is actually the maps. As you can see, I just opened up the map and you can see a building here and a building here. So if you're within a certain range, it loads those chunks and it will show you what's on those chunks. Now, normally that might seem pretty ridiculous, but as you're doing long-range exploring, it allows you to not really miss anything. And there's so many cool abandoned buildings and additional buildings other than just villages that you can visit in this mod pack. So they've made updates to this mod pack since I was last here. This looks like one of the gatekeeper houses. I don't actually know what they do. I haven't paid attention to what that mod pack actually is, but this doesn't have much loot, so I'm just gonna skip it. I mean, tell me that this redwood forest is just not the coolest thing. Oh man, it's so awesome. I would build my house right in there, I think. What the heck? In the mod pack before, there was monkeys that you could tame and they would fight with you on your shoulder, and there was also gorillas, but I don't know what that was. Chimpanzees, but they were holding weapons. Oh, there's the capuchins that you can tame. I unfortunately don't have any bananas. Oh, another thing that I really thought that they could do better in regular Minecraft is just ocean biodiversity. There's so many different types of fish in the rivers and oceans in this one. There's sharks, there's whales. This looks like to be a beaver or platypus. That I've never seen that before. That must be a new addition to the mod pack. So with this mod pack, there's also extra enemies. As you can see right here, there's Barako the Sun Chief, and he has a whole village. So there's additional things to do, villages or quests, what have you. And then I fortunately came across this abandoned castle. I think this is one of the coolest things that Valhelsia, the actual mod, does, is these abandoned buildings. There's so much detail that goes into these that just make it so cool. I'm going to try not to ruin everything for you guys. Ooh. I'm not going to show you everything, but I'm going to give you a kind of idea. Look at this. This is where I got my keg idea for how I do interior design. And then the flower pots and the tables. I mean, how cool is this? And keep in mind, there's hidden rooms in these things. There's all sorts of cool things. I'm not going to show you everything, but if you decide to play this and you come across these castles, make sure you look around. All right, so I've shown you the structures, the animals, cool biomes, things like that. But there's also, if you're interested, engineering. You can do a lot of different machinery builds and things like that. I haven't explored it all that much. That wasn't really what interests me. I'm a big kind of exploration / adventure guy. But if you're interested in that kind of stuff, there is a lot of opportunity for it. There's also these underground, like, forgotten forges that you can break down and make cool machinery and stuff like that. You have to check into it, but it's something that could be pretty cool. All right, because this review is so brief, I just want to let you know there are so many more things to explore and find. There's a lot of other dungeons, both underground, above ground, a bunch of different abandoned buildings in forests and things like that. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, this is the mod pack for you. The last thing I want to show you guys is underground. Now, there's a bunch of different ore types that allow you to make different armors, allows you to do stuff with tinkering. There's fiery torches that make torches like way better than they actually are. And then additionally in this game, there's things called artifacts. Now, they allow you to have special abilities if you find ones that fit certain slots. Like, for instance, I know there's a belt that allows you to double jump. There's some goggles that allow you to see in the dark as though it were daytime. Things like that. And I know that you can find them all over. You can find them in mine shafts. Sometimes you can even find them in villages. But a lot of times you find them in these underground, abandoned little camps. And there's like these fake chests that are a monster, but they look like a chest, but when you walk up to them, they attack you and they drop artifacts. So we're going to see if we can find one of those, and I'm going to show you guys some of the ores. Now, another thing that I really like about this mod pack is the maps on the upper right. You can see undergrounds, like, you won't get lost if you're like sitting there going through different tunnels and stuff where you're strip mining. You won't get lost, so you can kind of have a general sense of what's around you. As you can see here, in just this brief little overlook, there's so many different cool ores. These provide you experience. They also help with like certain enchantments that allow you to like keep your items if you die. These monster boxes, they'll summon a bunch of monsters. You can kill them, get materials and things like that. Some cool items. You just have all sorts of cool. You have all this stuff for tinkering and engineering. You can make armor with copper. Just there's so many things you can mine for. So, you can stay busy in these caves for quite some time. Okay, so I seem to have come across some sort of ridiculous dungeon that I'm probably going to die in. Oh no, that's not good. Well, you guys see how there's other things you can find. They seem to all be fighting, and I escaped. So here's Moonstone. This is the best stuff you can get. It's like the best armor. You can make weapons from it as well. Relatively rare. It requires a diamond pickaxe to get, but you can figure that out as you go. There are also just so many underground dungeons and things that you can find that just make it so much cooler. I'm hoping to find either one of the abandoned camps or one of the dungeons. And lastly, there's two things I wanted to show you guys. One, here's one of the abandoned underground camps I was telling you about. I actually killed the chest and unfortunately didn't get that, but as you can see here, I was able to get an artifact. This one goes in your hands, increases knockback, so we'll put that on. If you don't like how it looks, some of them have like it's something you can see on your screen or you see with your character. You can just turn off the look right here. And then lastly, one of the cool things that I really like is if you die in some random cave, you don't have to worry about getting lost to get your stuff again because there's death markers on the map that show you where you died, which is pretty cool for exploration, especially when you're spelunking. Well, that's it for my Valhelsia 3 gameplay / review video. As I mentioned in the intro, I want to do this for other mod packs that I also haven't played. So if there's anything you guys want me to show you or you want to see in those videos, Make sure to let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to include them. Thank you guys so much for watching. The next one.